Welcome to Noah Reacts. If this is your first time tuning in, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm definitely paying attention to what you guys want to see, so make sure you leave it in the comment section. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
This thing is huge. It's a 27-kilometer underground ring located at a CERN facility near Geneva, Switzerland.
They built the largest machine in history to solve the mysteries of the universe. What they didn't count on was one of those mysteries talking back. At CERN, home of the Large Hadron Collider, scientists prepared for a groundbreaking particle collision.
In a linear accelerator, we accelerate the particles in a line rather than around a ring. And linear accelerators really help us to get the particles up to speed before we inject them into a ring.
But seconds before impact, their own creation, a hyper-intelligent AI, sent a single chilling message: stop. They ignored the warning. What happened in the moments that followed wasn't a discovery. It was a revelation. Something answered from the other side. This isn't the story you've been told. This is what they're desperately trying to hide from you. Prometheus's last stand. You see, deep beneath the serene Swiss countryside, stretching over 17 miles, lies the most complex machine ever built by human hands, the Large Hadron Collider. It's a modern-day cathedral of science, a place where geniuses from around the globe come together to chase the ghost of creation itself, the Big Bang. They accelerate tiny particles to 99.9% the speed of light and smash them together, creating fireworks of subatomic shrapnel. In that shrapnel, they hope to find the secrets of existence, but not all things are what they seem. To manage this cosmic demolition derby, CERN developed Prometheus, an artificial intelligence beyond comprehension. Its job was simple: run trillions of simulations, predict outcomes, and ensure that in their quest for knowledge, they didn't accidentally poke a hole in reality. For years, Prometheus was a silent guardian. That is, until the day it spoke up. The experiment was set to be a milestone. Scientists had detected two particle signatures they'd never seen before. The plan was to collide them, a microscopic handshake that could unlock new physics. Many people are crazy about the idea of discovering new particles, but this was different. As the final checks were underway, Prometheus did something it was never programmed to do. It sent a message. Not a data anomaly report, not a system error, but a single chilling phrase displayed in stark red letters on every monitor in the control room. Collision probability results in a 99.9% chance of a reality state violation. Do not proceed. The thing nobody tells you is that reality state violation isn't a term in any physics textbook. It was a phrase Prometheus had coined itself. To put it mildly, the control room went silent. The senior scientists dismissed it. A glitch, they called it. A ghost in the machine. An AI, no matter how advanced, couldn't possibly understand the nuances of theoretical physics.
Damn, that's wild. And you see, they sat up here and created an AI technology to help them so they wouldn't mess up. And they did anyway, and they didn't even listen to it. So, I mean, what's the whole point of creating Prometheus if you're not even going to listen to it? The thing is telling you to chill, stop, like, don't do it. And then they did it anyway. So this is what I'm talking about. Human beings, man, we always go past goal. We have no limit, and it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, next video.
Why do you think we exist?
We believe that this is
Matrix. This Matrix bullshit my wife believes. Wife saying the same shit this nigga said.
and well done. It's the reason that everything fits together. Like, it would be enough if there was
Do you believe in other lives? You lived other lives?
I know that the whatever is in our body, whatever that weighs, I know that when it leaves here, it still weighs that in the universe. So it's somewhere.
It came to you from somebody.
Yes.
Wow, right? It came to you from somebody. When it leaves you, it's going to go someone else.
Yeah. It's the reason that when you're young, there's a lot of things that you learn that nobody taught you at all. You just...
This whole world is just one big school.
Right.
One big school. And when we die, we're not going to know as much as we died, but even as much as we lived. You know, we don't know anything. Only thing we know is what they told us in those books.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
That's how you know that there's truth in the history, though, because we're now in a place now in history where we're able to to know more about the universe than ever. Like, we've been to places now. You know what I mean? We've been to all these planets and we've had these experiences unlike anybody else in history. But the problem is that whatever they said about the planets 6,000 years ago,
bullshit.
No, it was all true, and we are just now finding out. So the question is, how the fuck did they know?
Oh, shit.
Why did they say Mars was the red planet before they got there and explained to us that that's what it was like and what the environment was? How did they know about the rings on that planet, and why were they correct about it? And if they're that correct, what were... I'm saying...
Like I said, who are we? Who's our ancestors? When it first started, how did my ancestor look? My millionth ancestor. Wow, I can't even say a million ain't nothing. A million years ain't shit compared to time. Trillion, who's my trillion? Ooh, life is a bitch, huh?
Right.
There's no time. We made time, but it's really eternity.
That's what you were saying when you said the 365 days. So before somebody called it that, then how old were you? Like, how were you measuring your
Before Julius Caesar said, hey, motherfucker, this is going to be 1 year because I can't take this shit. So it's no such thing as time. It's eternity, and we turned it into time.
Yeah. I thought when I was real young, I thought if you was a great, great man, you generally died around 25 or 26. Oh, wow. So I had planned my life according to that. And I got into this thing about 6 or 7 years old where I was like, yeah, every 7 years, that's almost like a new you. And so I've kept that model going my entire life. So, I've lived 7 whole existences that were separate from the one before it, taking what it takes from it, but yeah.
That's amazing right there, you know? You could just fuck my whole head up right there with all that shit, man.
When you do die young, it's the way it is.
I ain't gonna lie, that video was wild. They was playing that music in the background like they was saying something. I don't know what they was talking about. That was crazy. These dudes is smoking some good herb in that studio. Like, what? Certain things did stand out to me, like the every 7 years. I've heard about that scientifically, that your body rejuvenates itself and creates new cells, and like you're a new person every 7 years, which I don't believe because we still have the same scars we had when we was a kid. So if we're generated anew, then why do we still have the same physical scars? Like, somebody's capping about that, but whatever. I do believe in the part of them talking about how time is just made up. Of course, you think time is just made to separate things so they all don't happen at the same time. Imagine if your whole life happened all at once. Like, you would be overwhelmed. You would be killed by everything, crushed by your own existence.
Okay, so do y'all ever wonder how these celebrities go absolutely crazy for no reason? Like, you would think that they're super famous, they're beautiful, they have money, they have all of the means, but then they crack like an egg. Yeah, do y'all remember that model? Her name was Gabriela Rico Jimenez, right? She came out of a luxury hotel in Monterrey, Mexico. She was a Mexican model. She had gained notoriety in about 2009. Came out of a hotel, had a torn shirt. Her shirt had said something weird like yum yum on it. Came out just having a whole outburst, like a whole panic attack. And she was saying that she had attended some type of elite party. She started accusing like business people and politicians of doing some heinous and insane things. Y'all, that's the last time she was heard of. She was actually arrested and subsequently just disappeared. Like, that was the last that anybody ever heard of her till this day in 2025. This happened in 2009, and she went out of that party and she looked like she had seen some of the worst things in the world. And the things that she was accusing these businessmen and these elite people in Mexico of just made absolutely no sense, because she was saying that they had ties to other businessmen and other celebrities. She was just saying that these elite people were into some deep and dark mess that she herself had witnessed. They detained her. Some people said that she ended up being sent to a psych ward. Other people said that her fate was much worse than that. But she disappeared. Until this day, there's never been an outcome. There's never been a whatever happened to her, like, follow-up. That was just the end of it. They silenced her immediately. Let me know if you guys remember this story. Let me know if you remember this video, because I know a lot of us tend to think about like the Britney Spears video where she snapped that day, shaved her head, and, hit the car with the bat or whatever it was that she had in her hand. And you always see like these celebrities, how Martin was like running down the street and he was saying they were trying to unalive him. You see all these crazy situations and you're like, oh my gosh, these celebrities are like making it. What is it that they're experiencing? What is it that they're seeing? What is it that they're being exposed to that makes them snap like this? And it's just like, sometimes we just never get the answer. So drop your thoughts in the comments, because oftentimes they always say like it's just a mental issue, even Kanye. But what if it's more than that? What if they see something that they can't unsee and it just completely changes who they are? Per usual, this is all alleged. I can't confirm or deny anything because I really don't know what this is all about or what happened. But if I ever find out, I'll be back. So make sure you like, follow, stay for some more.
Yeah, I definitely believe in MK Ultra. That's something that's not a theory. That's something that has been proven that you could go and research. It's an old military technique used to control people. And I mean, they were even using it on us in the US, like back in like the 50s and 60s, and they still use it because subliminal messages are a real thing. Like you can make people do whatever you want and they won't even realize that it's happening. Like this woman definitely was probably in a sunken place and escaped somehow and was able to tell her story, and then they made her look crazy, because that's how it always is when these people come out and they start speaking against the elite. You know, people make them look crazy, they go missing, and no one really looks for them because they just write them off as insane.
Did, and I wrote it and sung it.
Did that bother you?
No, it didn't. It made me feel good. They opened the door that was locked and I couldn't get in. And I took the Beatles and Mick Jagger with me. Mick Jagger was living on a truck. I had Jimi Hendrix playing guitar for me. I had Billy Preston on the organ, James Brown, and Joe Tex was my vocalist. I had all of them. That's the reason I'm the king. All of them came from me. Poor little old bitty me, a little Jewish boy, black bottom from Georgia. And did you know that
This goes perfect with the last video talking about Little Richard. Like, they made him seem like he was crazy, and he never really got his flowers in the music industry. A lot of people did come from Little Richard's rib, you know. He put a lot of people on, and that's how it is too in his music industry. Like, a lot of people that come through the door first, they don't get the respect. Like, when I was in a group, Kin for Life, we opened up the door for the LGBT community in hip-hop and R&B. Nobody was really doing it like how we was doing it. We was on MTV, BET, on the cover of magazines, everything. And that was before it was okay to be outwardly gay. And, you know, I don't hear nobody mention or thanking my group for opening up the doors. Sometimes, you know, when people really have some kind of like humility about them, they'll bring it up. But other people act like they don't know. They know what's up. So shout out to Little Richard. Thank you for what you did for music. I'm sorry you really never got the flowers that you deserve, but you definitely a genius, and pay homage to that man. That's wild. That video was crazy right there. Hopefully they let it rock, because I don't know where that beat came from. But yo, did you see all those Jewish folks? Yo, I didn't know Doja Cat was Jewish. What? Did you know Doja Cat was Jewish? I had no idea, yo. The music industry, the movie industry, it is all ran by Jewish folks and so-called alleged Jewish folks, you know. And I don't want to offend nobody on this channel, because people have the right to believe in what they want to believe. I'm just trying to find the clarity out here. That's all we doing on this channel. Drop it in the comments. What y'all think? Let's go on to the next video.
Have you ever wondered why there's an Egyptian pyramid on the American dollar bill? Or you just went along with it? I ain't gonna hold you, I went along with it for the longest. The more I dig into everything else, I realize how much everything is connected, like I keep trying to tell y'all. Now when you look on Google, it's gonna say that this pyramid is a symbol of solidity and eternity. It also says it represents the 13 colonies that made up the first 13 states of the USA. The pyramid is unfinished because it symbolizes that the nation is unfinished. Whatever the hell that means. So you mean to tell me America, the land that prides itself on freedom and democracy, has a symbol from ancient Egypt on its dollar bill? In my mind, that's not just some random design choice. The pyramid on the dollar bill represents ancient wisdom, as well as spiritual power and divine connection. That all-seeing eye is meant to symbolize God's presence, watching over everything. Let's just think about it. Whose God are they invoking? Is it the God of guns, oil, and drugs? I don't know what group the founding fathers was a part of. That same group traces its roots back to ancient Egypt. So they know what that pyramid symbolizes, and they used it for a reason. They understood the power of symbols and the energy that they carry, even if most people don't take the time to question it. But we could take it a step further. Many of y'all have seen the videos from multiple creators talking about Egypt being a part of America, right? Yeah, it's not just some ancient land across the ocean. Y'all know his story or history as we know it has been rewritten how many times? There have been stories and whispers for ages of ancient artifacts from Egypt being found in the Grand Canyon. What if the ancient Egyptian civilization was global and America was a part of that? Before colonization, the indigenous people here built their own pyramid, aligned our sacred sites with the stars, just like they did in Giza. I mean, let's take a look at this obelisk in Washington, D.C. Why is it all so heavily influenced by ancient Egypt? Is it perhaps a reminder of the hidden history of these ancient lands? Yeah, I believe there's divine knowledge here that they don't truly want us to comprehend. America's connection to ancient Egypt runs deep. They've been keeping this truth from us for centuries. The power of my ancestors, the wisdom on the land, the fact that the truth has been hidden and buried in plain sight this whole time. Really wild when you think about it. They know if they tell one truth, it's going to lead to many truths. I mean, why else would they hide this truth from us for so long? Back to this pyramid real quick. They said it was separated or not finished with the all-seeing eye at the top because the nations were unfinished or some shit like that, right? But you see how the all-seeing eye is surrounded by rays of light. This signifies the sun's illumination. This represents enlightenment in the all-seeing power of the divine being the sun. Just did a video breaking down Horus, which is a solar deity in ancient Egyptian mythology. So the all-seeing eye is Horus, the solar deity, aka the sun. This goes beyond just watching us. This is harnessing the power and energy from the sun. Same way the ancient Egyptians did with Horus. They understood that the eye isn't just about seeing, it's about knowing. It's that cosmic consciousness, that divine awareness that's always present. Always put the truth in plain sight. Next time you see that statement that they have on a lot of different things, in God we trust, ask yourself, which God they talking about? Their God, guns, oil, and drugs? Or are they talking about the source of all illumination and divine sight, aka the sun? Remember, knowledge is only power when you apply it. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
That was a dope video. She said so much truth in that. Obviously, that eye at the top represents the third eye because that's where your real true knowledge is at. Like these two eyes right here are just projectors. They're not really seeing for you. They're seeing what you're thinking. So you're projecting out your thoughts out of these two eyes. They're just projectors, but this is the eye that creates that third eye that you don't see. That's in your pineal gland. You know what I mean? And they call it a pineal gland because it's shaped like a pine cone. But that's where your imagination comes from. That's where you create your thoughts, and that's where your hidden ancient knowledge is stored. But of course, with all the fluoride and aluminum and things that we're exposed to, it starts to calcify that pineal gland. And so we're not able to even tap into that knowledge that we already are born with. We come to this planet fully equipped. That's why children, babies, you see them moving their hands around in the crib and stuff. They're not just moving their hands just to move their hands. They're talking sign language. They're speaking a language we don't understand. They're coming from a whole nother realm into this realm, and they're trying to communicate the knowledge because they already have it. They don't have all those chemicals pumped in them yet. You know, even though they get the vaccines at the hospitals and stuff, they're coming here still pure. As we age and people start to lie to us and crowd our mind with BS information, we start to lose that preloaded information. You know what I mean? So she's absolutely right. That illumination, you know, is what we come with. And that's why a lot of children go missing in this country and in this world, because people are still in that energy. They're harnessing that energy that we come to this planet with. That's when we're our most powerful. But after a million times people telling you a bunch of lies, you get confused and then you start projecting out the wrong things. And why? Because it's being programmed into us. It's why when you watch TV, you're watching programming, right? You go to school, they teach you programs. You know what I mean? There's always something that's being pumped into you that's not right. So the only way to get illuminated is to trust the God in you. Meditate, eat healthy, and go back to this. You know what I mean? That third eye, because that's where the information is at. So if you guys were also wondering what I'm drinking out of this fancy, beautiful bottle right here, this is a bottle that actually pumps hydrogen into your water. And I recommend this to anybody out there who's just trying to, you know, be healthier. This is going to help you, especially in this season when a lot of people are catching COVID, or I probably shouldn't even say that word, catching sicknesses at this time. You know, you want to have more antioxidants, because once we drink bottled water, most of our water is dead. So this is the way to revive your water. It takes like a few minutes just to pump the hydrogen back into your water. And there you go. You got your antioxidants.
Know this. We once had access to free energy, and it was stolen from us. In the early 1900s, Nikola Tesla built a device called the Wardenclyffe Tower. Not just a radio tower, but a wireless power station capable of transmitting electricity across the globe without wires. Tesla even powered his own home with it. But the second he got close to making free energy a reality, powerful elites panicked. J.P. Morgan, his biggest investor, cut the funding when he realized there was no way to profit from energy that anyone could access for free. Then, Tesla's lab mysteriously burned down. His notes, blueprints, and prototypes gone. And it gets even weirder. Tesla claimed he was tapping into something even bigger. Radiant energy, a limitless power source that exists everywhere in the fabric of space itself. What some scientists today call zero-point energy. It's even been suggested that the Tartarians, the lost civilization, used a similar technology to construct their massive, seemingly impossible architecture. So the question is, did Tesla's tech truly disappear? Or is it still in use today?
Wow, man. Shout out to Tesla. He was a good looking dude. I would have hollered at that. But now, for real though, like, energy has been harnessed before Tesla was even Tesla. So I love how, again, we skew history and we give people credit where credit is not always due. Yes, Tesla did his own thing, you know what I mean? But the Egyptians, aka the people of Kemet, already had light bulbs in the pyramids. Anytime that you're doing something that's going to cut into the government's money, they will figure out a way to shut it on down.
This is exactly why I don't watch sports. There's a reason why the Romans used to say that if you want to keep people distracted, you simply give them bread and circuses. And it is because they knew that if people were fed and entertained, then they wouldn't question anything and they wouldn't think for themselves. And you see, modern day sports is the exact same thing. People yell at TVs, they memorize stats, they argue over other players, and they even wear another man's last name on their back to vicariously live through them. And you see all of these things happen because they want to keep us distracted and weak. Because when you have something great going on in your life, you simply do not have time to partake in bread and circuses. So you can either be your own biggest cheerleader and create something worth building, or you can live through other people and be a cheerleader on the sideline for them.
I love that. That's like one of my favorite videos of today's show. He was speaking so much truth, man. When you're busy going after your own dreams, you don't have time to watch other people living their dreams. Like, there's nothing wrong with tapping in here and there and being entertained. Don't get me wrong. I like to watch my fair share shows on, you know, different streaming sites, but I'm making sure that I'm still going for what I gotta go for, and I spend more time going after my dreams. The day I realized that sports were evil is when LeBron left Cleveland that first time and they were in the streets burning his jersey. Like, it gave KKK energy all day. I was like, why y'all burning this man's jersey? He's just a sports dude who plays basketball really good and wants to go play in Miami. Like, y'all tripping. Y'all don't own him. They treated him like he was a slave, like the best slave on the plantation. Everybody chill. Realize what you're doing.
Next 7 days in this massive underground city.
How does this place exist?
Although it may look like something straight out of the future, this city is built inside of a mine dating back over 1,000 years ago. And with countless uncharted tunnels and chambers, who knows what horrors we'll run into.
These are the stairs that descend into the city.
How older these days. Older than us.
The Playboy Mansion does have underground tunnels. Here is the blueprint of the Playboy Mansion that they made, showing the underground tunnels underneath the mansion. And I blew this up a little bit more for you guys because back in the day, it actually led to celebrities' houses. Ally Carter has just made an affidavit of truth that she turned over to the feds against Diddy and other celebrities about how she was alleged.
We had to be led. There is no way that you can just walk into a tunnel. The entrances and the exits are in your face, but there's no way that you can just walk through tunnels. You'll get stuck. You'll go deeper and deeper, and you won't be able to come back out because it's hard, because the tunnels run all different directions for miles and miles and miles and miles. There's cities underground. There's warehouses underground. There's actual homes underground. People build these tunnels, and they've built them for decades.
We all are aware that there's underground cities. I mean, some of you maybe not. Maybe this is your first time seeing something like that. But yeah, there's definitely business going on underneath the ground as we speak. That's why sometimes people say they're hearing humming coming from under the ground, or they think it's earthquakes. It ain't earthquakes. It's people down there building. And it ain't nothing new. Where you think some of these lost civilizations went? They didn't just leave the planet. They went inside the planet.
So as we all just found out that Big Sean and Jhené Aiko just broke up, and he's already popping out with a new woman. And this is a clear indication of when a man tells you that he does not want you, you better believe him. And no, Big Sean never verbally said, I don't want you, but after 10 years of not proposing or making a lifetime commitment to that woman, that pretty much says it loud and clear. Because I remember the interview he had with Charlamagne the God, where Charlamagne asked him, why haven't you married this girl yet? And the way he backpedaled, the way he sounded, scattered brain, halfway schizo, because of all the excuses he came up with as to why he has not married that girl yet, was absolutely another reason why it proves that he just simply did not want to be with her. And we know he has it in him because he has in fact proposed to other women before, but yet and still he told Charlamagne the God that after 10 years he was still navigating his relationship with Jhené Aiko. And y'all, please don't get in my comments talking about, oh my God. And I already know what y'all about to do, but do not get in my comments trying to shame Big Sean, saying, I can't believe he wasted her time. No, they wasted each other's time, because if she knew that she wanted to get married eventually, she should have put boundaries up and said, you know what, Big Sean, after 3 years, if you do not propose to me, baby, I am bouncing. But instead, she decided to get a tattoo of his face on her body, get it removed, and then end up having a baby by him. Again, y'all, if a man proves or says that he does not want you in so many ways, believe him.
Damn, shawty. She just aired out my dude. Like, first of all, I'm a Big Sean fan. I met Big Sean in person. He was so sweet. Like, his energy was amazing. Not saying I know him personally, because people could be nice for any amount of time, but relationships are complicated. He was also dating a Pisces. So, no. Pisces are out of control. They start great and then they end terrible. And, you know, I'm sorry to all you Pisces out there watching, but y'all are un-F-wittable. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's just me because I got problems with Pisces, but nah. And Big Sean's a Scorpio. Like, Scorpios, they're scatterbrained when it comes to relationships anyway. They be all over the place, and it's hard for them to really, like, tell the truth. Shout out to the Scorpios out there. Y'all be struggling with the truth.
I got another dark prediction for November. I feel like sometime soon there's going to be a major cyber attack. It could even be November 5th. But I feel like it's either that or the 11th. I don't know. I feel like this month we're going to see something big in terms of a cyber attack. And it's going to stop a lot of people from doing stuff. So if it happens, and I hope it doesn't happen, just be prepared for that, for like maybe not being able to have access to the ATMs for a couple days, or maybe even the internet. Just plan for the worst, hope for the best. Let's hope that absolutely nothing happens. I know people in the comments saying it's not gonna happen. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But I've been getting these like overwhelming flashes of just a major cyber attack at some point soon. probably meaning November. So everyone stay safe, and if I see anything else, I'll update you guys with like a part 2.
Well, it's December now, so clearly I'm late and that didn't happen. So I should always keep some cash on them and something that you can trade or barter, I guess, in times where things aren't working out. Because I think if we have some type of cyber attack or something like that, people are going to more so be looking on how to charge their devices and get food and stuff. So definitely keep a weapon with you. I'm not saying go out there and rob nobody and shoot nobody, but you're going to have to protect yourself if something does go awry, you know, keep some type of protection with you. Cyber attacks, so every day we could have a cyber attack. It's just something that we're at risk for. So I don't think anyone has to predict that, you know. Maybe it might be good for us to be kind of without the internet for a little while. I don't know, because y'all wouldn't be able to watch my channel.
Australia is quietly introducing age checks for search engines like Google. So this is an expansion of the under 16 social media ban. It requires every person to verify their age before using Google by using one of 7 methods listed in the new regulations. Here are the 7 main methods listed in the new regulations: photo ID checks, face scanning age estimation tools, credit card checks, digital ID, I've circled that one because this is what it's all about, vouching by the parent of a young person, using AI to guess a user's age based on the data the company already has, or relying on a third party that has already checked the user's age. I know on the surface it looks like a good thing. They're protecting the children. They're going to block things like pornography, extreme violence. Let me make this very clear. They don't care about our children. This has nothing to do with protecting children. It's about enforcing digital ID, requiring everyone to sign up for digital ID if they want to use the internet. They can't force us to sign up for digital ID. Think back to the COVID vaccine mandates. They couldn't force us to get the vaccine, but they can make your life very difficult if you don't.
Man, that's crazy. This digital eye thing is going crazy globally, especially like in the UK right now. They haven't really implemented stuff like that in the US as of yet, but we already know it's on the way. Of course, everything is a form of control, you know, and that we're being policed. This whole planet is a prison planet, if you ask me. Like, we're all just following the rules and policing each other because, like, there's not enough of them to watch us, and so we watch each other. Like, how many times do people come and, you know the rules? It's like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, stop policing me. Police yourself, please. You know, everything is about to be on lockdown out here, but we do have to fight back, and we have the power to fight back. The problem is that so many people are addicted to their devices now that they'll do anything to get it. Just like drugs, like how crack was in the 80s. People was out there doing all kinds of unsavory things just to have access to the drug. And that is exactly what will happen when you start withholding people's money, food, or technology. People will go crazy, and they will do just about anything for that. So, let's see they said it's survival of the fittest, right? Let's see.
I had a song with Gucci Mane, Busta Rhymes. I had a song with Sean Paul. I'm working with a producer who's worked with everyone. I mean, to name a few, Destiny's Child and Michael Jackson. But he's like, let me tell you something. You know that if you sold your soul to the devil, you can have instant fame tomorrow? And he's not saying it like a joke. This is real. As soon as my head hit the pillow and my eyes closed, I was somewhere else. This being starts to come in focus. God? And he said, no, you know who this is. But I immediately thought, oh no, I died in my sleep. I'm going to hell. Oh no, Father, forgive me, Lord Jesus, forgive me for lying, forgive me for sleeping around. He said, shut up. If you worship me, I will give you all these things. Oh my gosh, I still feel it.
And I'm always protected when I'm having sex. But I learned there's no such thing as safe sex outside of God's covenant. I'm about to walk off. The demon don't care about no condom. It catches semen. It don't catch demons. Yo, I'm about to throw something now. If you're not equipped and covered and ready to go out and do that for real, stay home. And they're going to kill me in the comment section. There were 2 young ladies that were there promoting their church. Like, oh, praise God. I love Jesus. Matter of fact, let's talk about this over here. You ladies drink champagne? So now we're in my apartment. This is my domain. Oh my. Because I'm a gentleman, there's no way I can let you ladies drive home. And without going into too many more details, everybody fell into sin.
That's hilarious. Everybody fell into sin. I'm dead. I don't even know what that video was about. It was all chopped up. But I guess basically they saying that once you get into this music industry, you're going to be faced with a lot of evils and things like that. But industry or not, we're all faced with evils. You have to make the right or wrong decision every single day of your life. You could wake up and go help people. You could wake up and go ignore people who need help, or you could go out and destroy people. That is all your choice. And I think when it comes to like the devil being this entity, I think it's just a part of your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of what already exists inside you. Just like you have God inside you, you also have the ability to have the devil inside you. It just depends on what you choose. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they just choose darkness, and that's on them. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, thanks for y'all for tuning in to another episode of Noah Reacts. It's been a great time with you all. If you want to see anything in particular, please send me an email right here at noahreacts@gmail.com. I will definitely check out any videos that you guys want to share with me. And please make sure you subscribe, like, and share this with your friends. Leave some comments. Let's have some conversations. You know what I mean? Even the uncomfortable ones, I'm with it. Just don't curse me out. Don't say nothing rude. You feel me? Because you will get blocked and deleted. But until next time, I love y'all. Stay up, question everything, believe nothing. We out.